Hello! This is Specter093 again with my new horror movie reviews. I'm sorry I haven't been doing them lately. It's just been kind of hectic for me lately. And I thought this would be a good time to do one because I saw Paranormal Activities this weekend and I would like to comment on it. So I feel like I might have gone into this movie a little biased because from what I heard about it, it was just a couple living in San Diego with their camera filming their own, movie in a very low budget. And for them to get it approved by Paramount Pictures and put in movie theaters was a big deal. So I had a lot of respect for this movie from the beginning. So I'll try not to let that influence my opinion. Now, you may have heard that it was a handheld movie similar to Cloverfield or Blair Witch Project, so that might have scared some people off from the movie because I know a lot of people hate that. But I think they did really well. The camera was not like in Cloverfield where it was, everywhere. It was pretty steady, actually. I guess there were times when some people would get frustrated because it's not pointing at the action. I personally like that because I think it's a lot more realistic. But if you're not planning to go to this movie because it's handheld, I would seriously advise not doing that, because you should go to the movie because it's not like other movies where it's really shaky. It's actually steady, and a lot of the happenings are on a tripod. So the story of Paranormal Activity is the story of a young couple living in San Diego, California. They go out and buy a big fancy camera, like $1,000 camera that professional movie makers use in an attempt to capture on film strange things that have been happening in their house. And in turn, buying the camera only makes it worse. I would say this movie was actually pretty good. But again, I think I might be a little biased for it. Well, horror movies are really stylized in a way because certain people will like certain horror movies. Like, there are people who love J-horror and there are people who love American horror for whatever reason. So it's really hard to specifically rate a movie accurately, a horror movie accurately, based on your own opinion. Because there's always going to be somebody who thought it was terrifying, and there's always going to be somebody who thought it was hilarious. Like, I heard stories about this movie where people would come out crying in fear, and then other people who would come out laughing. So, it was really tough for me to try and decide what to give this movie. I didn't think it was that scary, but it's really suspenseful in a way. The graphics were good for what they had to work with, and I rate Paranormal Activities with a 7 of 8 out of 10. I would give it higher, except for the problem was it wasn't that scary. It was more eerie and suspenseful, and though it wasn't one of the boo, something pop out at you, it did have moments that caught you off guard. Loud bangs, loud noises, and well, I don't know. It wasn't that scary, which is one of the reasons I rate it low, because it wasn't scary and it didn't leave a very good after effect. I thought the acting in this movie was really good, though, considering it was two unprofessional people, you could say, working from their home and both working on the movie, because based on my knowledge of movies where people like writers try to act, it's not very good. Just look at the Stephen King movies. But they were very good actors for this movie, I feel. I don't know about you. And all the people in it were pretty good, actually. There's a lot of screaming, though, so. Otherwise, I thought the plot was great and the amount of mystery in it was good. Like, you don't really know what to expect from it. And when stuff does happen, you're kind of surprised. And if you're like me and you love watching shows that a lot of people say are complete bullshit, then you probably will like it. But if you don't like ghost movies, you're probably going to hate it and think it's so stupid. So, it's really a taste matter. If you liked Blair Witch Project, for instance, you'll probably like Paranormal Activities. That's all. See you later.